Floridians prepare for Elsa.
We're preparing for the risk of isolated tornadoes, storm surge, heavy rainfall, and flash flooding
as it moves out of Cuba with parts of the Sunshine State in its sights. A community coming together.
We raised over $1.6 million to help these families.
Donation efforts made for the families and victims of Surfside. And beachside real estate struggles.
But eventually that fear is going to go away.
Because of the questions raised by the Surfside building collapse. These stories and more coming up on Newsbreak.
Hello, South Florida. I'm Zitlali Solache, and today is Tuesday, July 6, 2021.
From the South Florida Media Network's Biscayne-based studios in North Miami, this is SFMN Newsbreak.
Storm surge aiming at parts of Florida as search and rescue crews down in Surfside continue working through the winds, keeping an eye on Elsa. This morning, Florida is preparing for Tropical Storm Elsa, which may bring life-threatening storm surge, damaging winds, rain, and possible tornadoes. On Wednesday, the storm is expected to brush the St. Petersburg and Tampa Bay region. Elsa could drop more than 4 inches of rain as it is expected to re-strengthen in the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico.
We're preparing for the risk of isolated tornadoes, storm surge, heavy rainfall, and flash flooding. The state has begun executing contingency plans for the Tropical Storm Elsa and Surfside co-response.
The storm emerged from Cuba overnight and started heading across the Straits of Florida. Tropical storm warnings are in effect up the west coast of Florida. After the rest of the Surfside building was demolished, search crews returned to work for their second day this morning. The unstable structure was demolished around 10:30 p.m. on Sunday, July 4th. Now search and rescue teams feel safer to expand their search with the building fully dismantled.
It will potentially open up probably a third of the pile so we can all, so the teams can focus not just on 2/3 of the pile, but on the whole thing, which is important.
The demolition alleviated concerns that the building would not hold up due to powerful winds from Tropical Storm Elsa. However, the city expects to receive strong winds and heavy rain for the remainder of the week. Impacted by Surfside collapse, families and victims now seek assistance from the community. The network's Emma Delamo has the information on how to donate and avoid fake donation pages.
Days continue to pass following the partial collapse of the Champlain Towers South Condo building. But official donation sites help alleviate some of the stress and worries many are going through. The Support Surfside Funds is a partnership between the Coral Gables Community Foundation, the Key Biscayne Community Foundation, and the Miami Foundation. The fund provides support through cash and prepaid cards to victims and families. SurfsideStrength.com was created by federal, state, local, private sector, and nonprofit partners as a venue to find support. The site has resources for families, first responders, and community support, but it also takes online donations.
Thank you for your many generous donations. It's making a difference, and the families are getting assistance today. We've raised over $1.6 million to help these families.
County officials are thankful, but warn the public about fraudulent donation pages, cases where the money is not actually being donated to help with Surfside relief.
There have, unfortunately, been some people trying to take advantage with fraudulent GoFundMe accounts.
The county's website has additional ways to help.
There have been plenty of individuals and organizations, some even coming out from other states, who want to lend a hand and help our community during such a tragic time. If you want to donate supplies, money, or even your time, make sure to do research on different organizations and online donation pages to avoid fraud. I'm Emma Delamo reporting for the South Florida Media Network.
Following the condo collapse, the high-rise and real estate industry is at crossroads as people become weary on renting and buying. The network's Anna Soler speaks with real estate agents on the matter.
Miami Beach is one of the most desirable real estate spots in the country, but due to the Surfside collapse, looking for a house in the area might look a little different.
The Chaplin Building's collapse in Surfside
has exposed issues with real estate in the city, according to an FIU architecture professor who has been studying the gradual impact of climate change since 2018.
The saltwater intrusion and the sea level rise, they contribute to the corrosion of these structural integrities of certain high rises that have been built in the 80s or 70s or 90s. Looking at Surfside, most of the area is reclaimed land.
It has also put into question the inspections of the building, particularly the recertification process the Chaplin Towers were undergoing before the collapse.
There's a 40-year recertification of the building. So basically what it is they want to do an engineering check, electrical check. It's kind of like a health check, when you go to a doctor every year.
Well, we had 507 buildings in just our city that were commercial, residential, that fit into the category of the 40-year recertification. None of them had any structural issues.
As for how property will sell, another realtor predicts that there might be a short-term fear of purchasing property in the city, but it will soon subside and the demand will go up.
I think it's normal to make that assumption that, yeah, you know what, everything is going to, Miami Beach is going to go down and nobody's going to want to buy a condo. But eventually that fear is going to go away. It's going to subside.
Reporting for the South Florida Media Network, I'm Ana Soler.
With his 4th of July deadline behind him, President Biden has nearly all U.S. troops out of Afghanistan. U.S. generals handled control of Bagram Air Base to the Afghani government last Friday. Today, there were 3,000 Afghani troops on the base assessing what the Americans left behind as America ends involvement in war. A new app making a splash, renting out backyard pools for a small getaway. That's still ahead, and so is the story.
The only thing going through my mind was, if my kids were all right.
Startling video of a sinking SUV. A father struggling to rescue his 2 daughters, saving their lives. Newsbreak will be back in 2 minutes.
I hear someone go, "Didn't it come from you guys?"
Strangers cough at me.
Move away from me.
Someone spit towards my direction. All the stereotypes that we've worked so hard to break are just going to be reversed. And I won't let that happen.
We all have to play our part.
I donate my plasma.
I've been making masks.
We deserve respect as much as everybody else.
I'm a firefighter, not a virus.
I'm a mask maker, not a virus.
I'm a nurse.
I'm a delivery woman, chef, a neighbor, artist,
Bus driver.
I'm a doctor.
Fight the virus. Fight the virus.
When I first saw a turtle, my heart was full. Now I'm anything but lonely.
We have this deep connection, this heart connection.
He just wants to be close to you and part of your life.
Every day with Turtle is a perfect day.
When I'm holding her, it makes me feel calmer.
I think everything he does shows how much he loves us.
When we adopt a shelter pet, we discover they're a little bit of a lot of things.
But they're all pure love.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Awkward. I'm the awkward silence. You try to avoid me, then there I am again.
But an awkward silence can be a great thing.
Like Kelly here is about to demonstrate.
You haven't really been yourself lately. Are you okay?
Find out how you can help a friend with their mental health at seizetheawkward.org.
Saving his 2 daughters from their sinking car, this super dad shares his thoughts after the incident. The father is recovering after his car ran him over, sliding him into the Ohio River with his 2 children inside. The incident happened Sunday as Harley Day and his family were getting ready to watch a fireworks show near the river. While Day stepped out, one of his daughters shifted it into neutral. His car dragged him, nearly drowning him and his 2 children. Several people began rushing to help.
The only thing going through my mind was, you know, if my kids were all right and how I was going to get them back to shore.
The daughter who changed gears is Abigail, his youngest. Dale says the pedestrian's quick responses saved him and his daughters. His side is sore from being run over and he believes his elbow is broken. He also lost several important items such as security cards that were inside the car. It's an Airbnb, but for pools. Now there's an app where you can rent out your backyard pool called Swimply. According to Sony Mayugba, the vice president of growth at Swimply, 2020 was a breakout year for the company, which grew more than 4,000% over 2019. Swimply was founded in 2018 and their goal was twofold: to give homeowners a way to list their backyards online and make revenue and allow communities to connect. That's all the time we have for Newsbreak. I'm Zitlali Solache. Get more news anytime at sfmn.fiu.edu.